we've already designed the wide body wings, the massive vented wide body bonnet, but today it is time to start designing our wide body bumper. Off they go. Hi guys, it's Sirens Alpha. We're going to start by stripping this bumper apart. Want to get the grills out, bottom, fog lights, all that jazz. Couple little repairs to start off with, where the bumper's cracked and damaged and whatnot. I'm going to start by smoothing off this plate holder. So we're going to weld a bit of plastic behind it, cut this off, fiberglass over it, make it all nice and smooth, because that thing absolutely annoys the hell out of me and I hate it. So, made a massive mess, but as you can see, the bumper's free of all the shite that was in the way. So we're now going to get a sheet of plastic, tack it behind here with some hot staples, so we can chop that off, smooth it in. Probably going to do the same with tow hook here, take that off. I mean, that's it, I can probably just fiberglass that in as it is. Yeah, because it's plastic welded at the back already. So yeah, we'll just fiberglass straight over that. This one definitely needs cutting off with a plate behind it. So let's do it. So we've got a piece of plastic here that we're going to be sheeting over it with. But obviously, as you can see, it's a little bit too big. So lengthwise, it's actually perfect. It even covers all them holes. But I don't need it to cover them holes. All the just old screw holes where it was screwed. Right, so I'm going to mark on this side. You know that's that long, so I'll mark that there. So if I draw that line along there, should be pretty good. Hate you so much. Right. So, got a line drawn out. I know I need to cut a little bit lower than it because I do have a bit of extra on the bottom. But with that cut out, it should line up pretty nicely, and it'll give us a backing plate for us to fiberglass onto to build it up forwards and get it nice and smooth. Right, with any luck, that should fit pretty nicely in here. And would you look at that? It fits beautifully. You know what, honestly, I think that'll do it, because it only really, you know, this plate's only going to be here so that I can build onto the front of it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Obviously, as I mentioned, we're getting rid of this plate, plinth, or whatever you want to call it. So I've got the Dremel out here, so we can hopefully get quite a nice, clean, accurate cut. Then we'll just fill back over it, build it back up. Bish bosh bash, good as new. Not quite sure how to make this bottom cut, and that's really annoying. That's just pulled a bit of the fender out. Oh, it's on the other side too. Oh no! Any luck? Yeah. Look at that, so we've peeled that away, got rid of that section. We can build up on this. I'm almost tempted to cut this slightly smaller and put it back in, if you get me. Just to help build up a bit more. Yeah, I think I'll do that as well. I've also decided that on this bumper, I'm going to chop out these sections to make, and obviously the whole fog light area, to make the whole grills wider. I'm still keeping it in 2 separate grills. Might do something in the middle, some bracing, or make it a bit thicker or whatever. But I've drawn my line, which is very sketchy. I'm going to try and cut it, but I'm going to start around the top and work my way to it. Right, it somehow managed to go from normal sort of UK day to raining, chucking it down, and now it's like the brightest it's been all day. What the hell? We'll carry on cutting. I'm going to flip it over and carry on this side before I start the other side, just to see if there's any sort of learning I can do and figure out a better way to do it. We're almost there. Just sort of got this corner section. Made a slight little cut in the end there that hopefully I can just snap off. But I think that is it. There we go. So we've removed that section of the bumper along with the area the fog light goes, so we'll flip it over and see how it looks. Now obviously I will be paneling this whole section flat and grinding it smooth, but I think that's going to look really cool having a much bigger grill. I almost want to actually make it bigger upwards as well, but we'll start here for now, and then possibly in the future I'll think about making a cut along here and going up to this body line, going from there. The reason I'm sort of not 100% sure on it is because obviously it sticks out to this body line. It might look a bit weird if I have a sharp edge along it, but we'll cut the other side and then I'll show you the whole bumper. I absolutely hate cutting and grinding plastic away like that because it just melts and burns on your skin. But there we have it. I'm going to come around because I've not seen it yet. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the potential for it. It's a lot. It's not something you could get away with on a normal Giulietta bumper, I don't think. I think it'd look a bit strange, but obviously with how wide ours is going to be, along with having, I'm going to be bringing some canards in from the bottom here and extending these sharp edges that the Giulietta bumper naturally has, so it'll curve out like to here and then come back around. I think with that added on, it'll look very nice. We will put some, I'll cut some plastic shapes to put under here, and then I can flatten it and smooth it all down so it's all nice, even shape. Probably do the same at the top because there's some bits missing there. But it's going to look very cool, so I'll actually get on with that now, you know. So with that area cut out, I've got some cardboard. I'm going to try and make this shape here, this gap we have. Maybe even some other little spot, maybe, yeah, probably a spot here at top as well. Just where the old moulding used to be. I want to flat this whole thing out so it looks nice and fancy. Make them all that, you know how we do it by now. design the shape with cardboard, which is going to be a very nice there to there. I need a pen actually as well. Draw the shape on, cut it out, get it as close as I can, make it in plastic, get it put in. Quick little rough shape. Gone a little bit big. You can always cut more off, you can't add more on. That will go under there. And yeah, that's pretty accurate. I am curious to whether it'll match the other side as well, just by flipping it round. Not quite. Other side needs to be slightly bigger in this corner, so what I'm going to do, that wants to go that way. That's up for right. That's left. Left wants to have... This is how my brain works. So if you've got right side, so that's the right side of the bumper. Left side wants to have a plus here, because the piece wants to kick out a bit more, be a little bit bigger. That's my thought process in this. We're going to get some plastic, cut it out in plastic, and staple it in, filler it in. Trying to use every bit of real estate we can. So I've drawn that shape onto this plastic. This is the cut we used. You can see we got the joint there for behind the bumper plate bump. So barely fit that piece on there, but it'll save us wasting a bigger piece. Should really have me safety squints on for this. Yep, right as I said that. Bit of plastic in the eye. Let's go get some glasses. Remember, safety first, always. Just so smooth with it. Beautiful. Right, that worked really well. Look how little the edges were. I literally used pretty much every edge of the plastic. Very happy with how efficiently I've used that. And then hopefully I'll find some that sized and use the rest of it. But we've got, with that finished, our 1, 2, where are they? 3 and 4 pieces. I'm going to sand these down a bit on the edges, tidy them up, and then we'll get on to sticking them in. Yep. It's a little bit better. Now this is a bit awkward because I'm worried I'm going to burn my hand here. This is just not a very good position anyway. Nope, that didn't work. This is not a good position to be. There's not a good way to be here. It isn't ideal. So obviously that's not going to be very secure, but it is meaning it's staying in place. I can get behind it, or well, under it I suppose, fiberglass under it, and then I can cut these off and start fiberglassing over it. That's sort of how I plan to do this. Now we've obviously got the other areas to do yet, these top ones, and this other side. I'm going to blast through them off camera because this is a bit of a shit job. Mixing up a bigger batch now. This is going to go along the front, well, the inside I suppose. This I want to get quite nice and smooth because it's a sort of a difficult area to sand. So the smoother I can get this and the less sanding I need to do, the better. So we're just getting it all nice and mixed. Oh shit, I've missed a bit. I've missed a snip. Where are my snips? Oh, bastard. So obviously I've snipped away all them plastic staples, I think. I thought I had anyway. Now we're going to get on to applying this and trying to fill this whole area nice and smooth. Basically the same stuff we did here on the plate, same sort of goal and methodology as well, of just wazzing it all on there. You want to go bigger first, if you get me. You want to go bigger than where we're trying to smooth it to, so then we can sand it down so it's actually smooth. Obviously, like I said, I don't want to go too bigger because this is quite an awkward spot to be sanding excessively. Another thing is as well, just the area. I mean, we're fighting against gravity here by trying to get this stuff to stick and not fall down and not droop too much. It isn't ideal, however not much we can do about it really. Or if we can, you know, one side of this is going to be fighting gravity no matter what, even if we stud the bumper up. That's annoying. I was hoping to have a little bit more left over than that, because there's a very nice little spot down here where, if you remember the video where we got the donor car recovered to the unit here, Sam ever so kindly decided to winch it slightly too far and winch the bumper into the winch basically, which damaged this little corner here. See if I can nick some. So I need to sort of rebuild this little corner up. Obviously it doesn't matter in the end, obviously. It doesn't really matter now, because I am going to be building over this corner in the future. However, it'd just be nicer to have the proper original area of where the bumper's supposed to be to build off of, because I want to keep the shapes obviously even on both sides, and if I've got to build a bit extra on this side it could make it difficult. That should do us. Move that back off. Yeah, that'll do. Lay it down. Oh, stand on everything. Same story again now. Oh, I could have put some filler on them now because it's upright. Not same story again. Gonna put the gloves back on, get a bit more filler and do them. Just gonna have to mix another batch up. So, now that that's all dried, I'm going to go ahead with sanding the insides and this plate recess, try and get smooth, maybe another layer of fiberglass filler, and I'll get it all sanded, do the next layer, and I'll show you guys when that next layer is sanded. It should start to look pretty cool then. So I've jacked the car up, fitted everything on. I know you saw at the start of the video, I tried to make a bit of a bracket where I was bolting through this way, through the arch and bumper. Didn't really work, so instead I've gone with these temporary brackets on the side to help pull it out. I've given a nice grind on all the fiberglass and put some big etches into this section. So now I'm going to fiberglass over it all to get it quite smooth, because obviously when we made this relief cut, it messed up the angle of the arch completely. So I'm going to re-go over it all with fiberglass filler, make it all really, really bulky, and then recut this, and hopefully it'll kind of hold this in place more. If it doesn't, all it'll have to do is I'm probably going to have to make a bracket, a nice bracket like this, that I run all the time to pull it out and make it look tighter. Other side is, as you'd expect, even worse. I'm going to have a right fun time with the other side, but let's mix some fiberglass filler and get this sorted. Now obviously I don't need to go all the way up to the light, or technically all the way up to this mounting bracket, although I am going to get quite close to this, to the temporary bracket. I don't want to touch it, then I'm not going to be able to get it off. But I do want to fill in this gap a bit where I can. We might touch it actually, yeah. It should come off quite easily still, I think. Not got too much left, because like I said, there was a lot on the other side to get filled. But we'll scrape up as much as we can. I think that should do us. Leave that to dry. And then probably do another couple of layers of it, to be honest. I want this to be really strong, because I don't want to make this relief cut and then have it bend back. Won't be happy if that happens. We've got that next layer on and drying. Obviously, as you can see, we've made quite a mess, which does mean I'm going to have to end this video here. I know I said I was going to get the canards on, but I have to clean this mess up and it's going to take a while. So if you have enjoyed, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, share the videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.